All right, so what's just happened? Iran has responded in limited kind to what America has done. America attacked their site. They have launched some strikes against regional American bases, which, if you look at a map about American bases, are absolutely ringing Iran. So, it wasn't that difficult for them. And they're not going to be using the munitions to attack American bases, the similar munitions that they're using to use against Israel. All right, now what happens next? We have a situation here where, obviously, from the information and the open source information that's available, because like you and I and nobody really understands unless you're in the closed circles what actually happened. The bomb damage assessments of the raids on the three sites that the Americans attacked are showing that either one, the Iranians moved everything out of there and penny packed it all over their entire country before these strikes went in, or two, they knew these strikes were coming and absolutely defended these facilities to the best of their abilities to ensure that they were resilient to the munitions that any possible aggressor could employ. Okay, so now what happens? Well, one, the United States has basically tossed the football down the field. They kicked her down the range. Nobody on the United States side has control over the geopolitics of what will happen next. They have surrendered that by engaging in an active, aggressive assault, a direct assault, a deliberate and premeditated and unwarranted assault, because nobody has attacked the United States yet. Well, until today, which is a response. We're using the same logic here as Israel is doing with respect to their initial attack, where they launch an aggressive surprise attack under the while people are still engaged in diplomacy against Iran in order to gain the element of surprise, which will absolutely work once. Now, everybody knows where the cards are and everybody knows what's going on. So now we have a situation where the United States has lost control of the narrative. What's happening in the United States? 95% of the United States, even MAGA, which are absolute lunatics, but, broken clocks can be correct twice a day. Even those lunatics understand that this is a really dumb idea. What's going to happen next? The American government is losing absolutely all credibility. Every ounce of gravitas that America has been able to generate over the last 80-odd years since the Second World War of diplomacy has been shed. They have dropped that. So now they are winging this. None of these people, when they started this mission, had any idea what they wanted as an outcome when they started it. MAGA and Trump, remember, are incredibly reactive. They are not thinking into the future. They're not thinking about policy down the road. Most countries, geopolitically, are trying to do their best to ensure that they've got a plan for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. America is not there. They're living in the eternal now. That means that what we're seeing is incredibly reactive. So events on the ground and whatever Iran does or whatever any other country does will control and dictate the narrative about how America responds. This is exceedingly dangerous because now we're at a position where, one, all balls are out of, like nobody understands what might possibly happen here. Many countries who absolutely hate Iran for possibly very good reasons, many countries that absolutely hate the United States for likewise probably very good reasons, now have a vector where a black flag operation Let's say a sea container has a nuclear bomb in it, and it's deployed somewhere in, say, I don't know, Long Beach or New York or somewhere in the United States, and gets detonated, or Israel, or some other place that is associated with the United States. That can happen so very easily now because nobody's going to know who did it. You could say, based on the rhetoric that the Americans and the Israelis under Bibi have been saying for the last many years, 30 years, they've got they're 2 weeks away from a nuclear bomb. Okay, great. All right, Iran has a nuclear bomb. Okay, they put in a sea can and they pumped it into, say, New York Harbor, and they knocked it off. Who knows what happened? Who knows who did that? So we're now in a very, very risky and dangerous position where nuclear policy is not being dictated by people who are actually considering options. We're now in a position where nuclear policy, global geopolitical relevance and policy, is being dictated by people we don't know who is doing what. Might be Iran, might be America, might be China, might be Russia, might be Ukraine, might be somebody in Europe, might be somebody who the fuck knows where. This level of uncertainty is incredibly destabilizing. The entire global order over the last 80 years was built around stability. If we are going to do something, everybody on the planet, and this is the deterrence theory, needs to understand what the basic ground rules are. We are now living in a world where there are no ground rules. It's unpredictable. That is exceedingly dangerous. I really hope and pray that we can friggin' stick handle our way out of this. I don't know if we will, because now we got bases in the Middle East, American bases being targeted by Iranians. Truth be told, were I Iranian general, I'd be doing that too. The Strait of Hormuz is being closed, so global trade is being affected. So we're already starting to see the asymmetric effects of this action being coming into effect. Who knows what's next? And that's the problem. We don't know. Well, it's a beautiful day. It's a hot day. Thanks, climate change. But let's hope that I can give you a sit rep tomorrow. Borg out.